The TCA had the national convention in Seattle, and I went there with a case of 300 books. I opened the case, the show opened, and I think I sold all 300 books in about an hour and a half. It was unbelievable. It was like selling cold beer on a hot night in Brooklyn. People were throwing money at me, grabbing the books, and I was happy to see how the books were received. And about a week prior to the show, we had made a mailing, 7,500 members of the TCA. And by now, there should be some returns from the mailing. So I called my dad, who, by the way, thought I was out of my mind. He had no idea what this toy train business was all about, and he thought I was crazy. So I said, did you go to the mailbox? Is there anything in the post office box? He said, not a single letter. And my heart sank, and I thought there would at least be 30 or 40 orders. So he said, but there was a slip for me to go to the window. I went to the window, and they had 2.5 bags full of orders. My wrist is sore from putting your deposit stamp on the back of all these checks. What have you done here? And so we received 1,200 orders, and within 3 months, we had sold 4,000 books, and within the year, we had sold all 10,000 books. So we were in the publishing business. We then decided to do switch to hardcover. In '75, we did Collector's Guide and History to pre-war Lionel, and then we did a second, more larger volume of post-war Lionel. Then we did Volume 3 Standard Gauge, Volume 4 Lionel 1970 to 1980, and we did the Archives Volume 5 and Advertising and Art Volume 6. And that's how we got in the book business. These were the first full-color Collector's Guide and History books done on Lionel trains. My dad had about a 10-year-old black '66 Cadillac Eldorado convertible. It had a huge trunk. He let us take it to York one year, so Tui and I loaded the trunk with books and headed east. We stopped at every hobby shop along the way. I'd go in, show the owner the book, and take an order. He'd ask, how fast can you deliver? Tui would run out to the car, bring the books in, and I would ask, how fast can you pay? How many books we sold during the day determined where we ate and drank that night. Hemingway didn't do it that way, but it worked for us.